Hello, it is Maxie with another video. I have a ring light now, guys. Ring light stand. A little stupid microphone. Stupid little microphone. I did not know what to do a video on. I'm gonna be honest with you all. I've been working on something, but nothing. Like all the videos I've had planned out were being a while, and I wanted to make a video doing something. And I decided to do my little New Year's happy 2026, For the New Year's, I think I wanted to do like a sit down video. That's what we're doing. We're gonna yap to each other. I'm gonna basically trauma dump to you guys in this video. Low key. Low key, that's what we're doing today. We're gonna say where I am, not my exact location, like where I am in life, how I got here, and like plans for the future. I am now 24 years old. Happy birthday to me coming up in February. Woo woo. Aquarius season. Quarter life crisis is hitting me like a rock. But today when I was writing it, and I'm filming it the same day. Am I? Yeah, it's still 10. It hasn't made midnight yet. I found a gray hair on my head. So, like, right up here. Which you will show that too. I'm kind of balding. I've been losing hair recently. Which, I'll touch on that another day. We don't need to talk about that day, because I don't want to. But, I've been basically rotting away in my bed, in my room, since I was like 18, 19, even 17, I could say. So, we're about to unpack all that, and you just gotta spill too much, tell too much. So, high school, awful time of my life. People who said high school were the best time of the years, they lied. They're not. They weren't. They were horrible. Went through stuff. I ended up shutting down, like basically completely shut down. Panic attacks, brother. I went from being just a little guy outside of teenage depression and actual depression. I did have depression. I'm not gonna lie on that. I'm not gonna poke that. But normal. I started having panic attacks that I didn't know they were that at the time. But just not being able to breathe when I went to school, crying. I would lock myself in the bathroom, skip classes like crazy. Because bullying, king, bullying. I knew nobody wanted me there. And that sucks when nobody likes you, like a good chunk of people. And I know there's gonna be people being like, I look different. I don't think anyone online is gonna be like, I went to school with them. They weren't bullied. But they always say that. They always say you weren't bullied that bad. But you were, you know, and you're not that. Like, they thought they were slick. They thought you didn't know people. If you've been in this situation, you'll know. Like, it's obvious when somebody doesn't like you and they're making fun of you. They want to be quiet, but it's the snickering. I remember the day I dropped out, right? Story time. I'm going completely off script. I don't care. The day I dropped out of school, it was the day before there was a college fair I went to. I missed class. I go back to class the next day. First period, pre-calculus. I was awful at math. I've always been awful at math. I sat in the back of the class by myself. I had like no friends at that time. My one good friend graduated. The other one's like a year below me. I had a lot of people at school that would talk to me, but I'd just gone through like one of the worst friend breakups. Well, we'll circle back to that. Very isolated. So I sat at a little quad desk, like when they put the desk together. I sat at one of those alone in the back of the classroom. I wasn't at the beginning of the year. I sat in the front. The next day, some kid took my seat, and I wasn't gonna like start beef. So I just sat in the back where there was an empty seat. So I sat there by myself. One time, walk in, teacher I forgot his name. He was a good teacher. No hate to him. He walks in and he was like, hey, you and these two other people, you guys weren't here that day. And we have a group thing. So you guys group together. And I'm already ew. But hearing the girl at that table loudly groan and ugh when the teacher said she had to work with me just hit something. And I was sitting in that desk, not moving. Like, I didn't get up to move to that table. I didn't move to their table. Like, 10 minutes passed again, and he was like, go sit with them. And I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. I didn't go back. I genuinely just started sobbing in the bathroom. I like panic. Couldn't stop crying. I called my mom, and I'm like, come get me. Like, I need to go. And I couldn't explain. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't stop crying. Like, that was even such a minor thing. Like, I've had people call me names and shit. But just that, I was like, I can't handle this today. And I remember the teacher calling because male couldn't go in the bathroom. He was like, hey, you coming? He ended up sending a female teacher in there. She was like, realized I was crying. Because she came and be like, you need to get out. You need to go back to class. And then she realized I was sobbing in that little fucking toilet room, And she was like, oh, do you need a counselor? I'm like, I'm going home. She went and got my stuff. I sat in the office with the officer. My school had police officers. I don't know about yours. Mine did. The South school, she started quoting Bible verses at me politely. Like, she was being nice, not like weird. She was like, being like, you're going to get through this, kid. And I remember going in the car with my mom, and she was like, so what's the plan for tomorrow? And I was like, can I not go back? And she was like, okay. And I didn't. After that, I did not go back to school. Year before, that was my senior year, might add. That's a very important thing. When I meet people and I tell them that, I get you were so close. Why did you leave? Like, I didn't want to not go to school. Actually, my junior year is when, like, all the big stuff happened in school that ended up officially diagnosed with PTSD. So that is what the panic attacks and all that were. I developed PTSD because I got bullied so badly by people. They were so mean, and the whole friendship thing that fell apart in my face. But junior year is when that all happened. Like, in between semesters. And I switched to online schooling, actually. And I was bad at it. And I had, like, one class I needed to graduate, which was that pre-calculus class. That damned pre-calculus class, which I wasn't passing anyway. I had a 20 within the first month. So, I wasn't going to pass it anyway. But I wanted to go back to school because my schools only had one dance. We only had senior prom. That was it. And I really wanted to go to prom. Spoiler alert, even if I didn't drop out, I wouldn't have gotten prom because I was the 2020 graduation class. I guess things happen for a reason. Outside of outside interference bullying, I did not have the best friend or friend group per se. I had two close friends, I would say, and then a friend group we were in. It was, looking back at it, they weren't mean to me, the friend group. They weren't mean to me, but it was very obvious I wasn't wanted. Like, it was very given tolerated. I was the tolerated friend. And one of the close friends, he was solid. The girl, no. No! A lot of what I thought was mutual bullying, like when you're friends, you pick on your friends. A lot of that I thought was happening. It wasn't that. It was just getting picked on. That led into leaving school, and the now diagnosed ended up being diagnosed. It took a few years. PTSD, little diagnosis, officially psychologists, professionals. No self-diagnosing. I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm diagnosed with, not self-done. Professionally, psychiatrist diagnosed. And then autism, which explained a lot. It explained a lot of the not picking up on people not liking me things. But when you realize nobody like you were around really actually liked you, it does a number. And spinning off to that, the junior year I left, I didn't just come back like being like, oh, nothing happened. I ended up flipping out on people when I was homeschooled that year, the half semester, because I was like, I left school and none of you said anything. Like, it was the realization. Like, I just left. Nobody asked why. Like, nobody was like, why? Why are you switching? Like, what happened? Are you okay? Nothing. Like, one girl even, like, unadded me from social medias when I left school. I don't know if things were said about me when I left. I don't. Dealing with that, I started fearing leaving the house. Not agoraphobic, which that's what some people thought I had. I did not have agoraphobia. I specifically didn't like going out in my own town. Because it's a small town. Not small. I live in a smaller one even now. But the one I lived in there, tiny. Running into people was gonna happen. And I was horrified of that. I was horrified of running into somebody I knew. And it led to here, actually, one of the biggest things is I have changed my appearance a lot since high school. And heck it. Flash in a little photo of high school Maxie, I also thought I was trans back then. Ignore that. I still think I'm a little fruity with the gender, but we're not unpacking that today. She, her now, baby. She, her. He, him back then. That's a man. That little guy over there, that's a man. But, though I look vaguely different, I changed my appearance so much. I used to be alternative. I listen to K-pop now. I listened to K-pop back then for a little bit too. I got bullied out of K-pop for a while. I was on BTS before they became cool. Then I got bullied off of it, and then I came back. I came back to K-pop for twice, though. Where's my K-pop shelf? There's my little K-pop selection. Ooh, ooh. I was scared to leave the house, and I didn't. I just didn't. I didn't want to do anything besides rot. Rot away. Wait, rot away. And I did that. I basically did rot away. I eventually formed a pretty big online friend group, which I still talk to, and I love them all dearly. Like, they rock solid in the ground. If I didn't make online friends, Jesus, I don't know where I would be. They really slapped me into reality a good few times and made me not dead. I will say that made me not dead. But being a complete shut-in, because fear and trauma, which cringe, I know, I hate it. I hate saying the fact that I have PTSD from bullying at school. I know. Make fun of me in the comments all you want. I get it. But essentially having those issues, the first few years of adulthood, like I said, this happened 17, 18, 19, shutting until now, like just now. Even now I'm still dealing with it, but I'm better now because I did it myself. I'm 24, going on 25. It fucks things up. It fucks things up severely. Outside of, like, obviously I missed so many opportunities. I've had 2 jobs. I worked at one place for a week right at the beginning because I was like 19, 20 when I had that job. And it was just the panic because I was still in the town. I ended up getting a job because I moved the town over. I got a job here for like 3 months, but even then, it's still like, oh my god. Working through that shit? My god. You know? it was rough. It's rough socializing with people now. Which that's another thing, is I used to be extremely extroverted. At least to me, I was extroverted. I wanted to talk to people. I wanted so many friends. And then it's like, I'm scared. It's hard to make friends when you go through a friend thing like that and you develop not trust issues, like just abandonment issues. And I learned it's like hard to believe now that anybody actually likes me. Like I genuinely think everyone hates me, that I'm the most annoying person to be around. And it's like even it's like the biggest struggle now is like it's hard to make acquaintances too. Like I want either ride or dies. And being in that weird in between where it's just like it feels like I'm just every time I'm talking to somebody, I'm annoying them. Like every time I reach out outside, like even in my group, my core group, it's easier to because they've been around and they know. But like trying to talk to anyone outside of them, it's like they hate me. They want me dead. And it's not really thinking of if somebody's going to leave. Like that's the thing. Is when having issues like these, it's not like, oh, what if they leave? What if they don't want to be my friend? It's very much a when mindset. It's like when they do. Like, am I going to be ready when they leave? And I'm working on that. Because then it's hard. And while some friend groups can be whether what happened with my friend group was true or not, whether it was we just grew apart in her eyes, or from me, the just getting completely abandoned. It sucks either way to lose friends and change friendships because now, like that, it's constantly on edge. On to the more present day. That was all past tense. We're talking more present day. How that whole thing, all of the past few years led up to now, the shutting in, the not being able to talk to people. Like I said, rotting. Rotting for 5 years. I'm a big fat fucking chud, man. Loser. Loser. Nothing to my name besides a little 50K viewed Instagram reels and some stupid YouTube videos. When I was in high school, junior year, I never knew exactly what I wanted. When I was a kid, I wanted to go be a star. I wanted fame. And that followed for still follows now. I wanted to be a pop star growing up, country music star, depending on what I was listening to. And then in high school, I found theater, musical theater. I watched Heathers, which I was like, oh, that's Heathers. But off of Heathers, I found an animatic of Dear Evan Hansen. And that did all, it wasn't Hamilton. Yeah, guys, it was not Hamilton. It was Dear Evan Hansen that made me be like, that's what I want to do. And back then, being masked, my dream role was to be Connor Murphy, not Evan Hansen. Because he pees the bed. He pees the bed, guys. But no, I wanted my dream role, Connor Murphy. And that year, I was like, this is what I want to work towards. And having essentially the world blow up on me right when I found my passion, my dream, finally having a dream, finally having a dream career, deciding to do theater and acting degree in a small southern state, already almost finished with high school, no prior experience to it. That's not an easy feat. And then having this all happen to shut me in, and I still want to go for theater. That's still what I want to do. That I love it. But now I'm 24 going on 25, still no experience in theater. No degree. Not gonna lie, can't really sing either. I don't think I can act. No training, no work towards it. It's like I don't want to say things are impossible, but they're a little bit impossible. It's a little bit impossible. A still part of me still wants to try. And while that's not my main career goal I'm not going to go for, I'm still going to look into it. I still want to do it. I don't think you never not have a dream. You know, it gets squashed. Dreams don't fade. Some things happen where it makes it so you can't achieve it. And I don't want that. I believe, I firmly believe I'm going to go into that field and be successful in it. I'm going to be in something one day. Maybe not as young as I wanted to get into it, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to get a Tony. That's far future. That goal is far in the future, and that's just going to be something that keeps me going. Working on currently, we're in the 2026 now, things I'm working on. Working on forgiveness. I know everyone says you have to do that. I'm giving it a try. Everyone who was mean to me, they were also a kid. And I would like to think most of them are sorry, if they even remember me, which they probably don't. And that's okay. I was a kid. I also don't know if I've hurt anyone back when I was a kid. And I know staying in the victim mindset, I am a victim. I was a victim. But thinking in the only bad thing happened because it's me, it's not going to help Maxie. It's not. So we're just going to try to forgive, not forget, but try to move on. Move on, baby. We're moving on this year. We're letting go. Currently, though, also enrolling into college. For theater? No. Maybe something more realistic for now. I'm looking to go paralegal. Not because I love law, but it's the most interesting thing that can get me money. I do like it, but everything else I love is in the arts field, and that's not making me money. That's not making me a livable wage at all. Maybe I'll blow up on YouTube while I'm in school or Instagram or somewhere, and I'll use that to ride my way up to that Broadway stage. But for now, we're going to go for law and then maybe fund some theater acting classes for me. I do love doing content creation. I love doing makeup videos and Instagrams and TikToks. Even though I don't do them often, I think that's one of the things I want to work on this year is actually logging in and doing things other than play video games and doom scroll all day. I started sewing. On Instagram, I posted a video of me finishing a sweater. I made a jean skirt. I got a sewing machine for Christmas. I'm doing some projects. I want to do more makeup. I downloaded like a Mac face because I'm a digital artist. If you guys didn't know, I'm a digital artist. I'm in severe art block. I draw like at most 5 things a year, 50 unfinished. I'm not working on that. I've been an artist too long. It's done. I'm burnt out. But I like doing makeup, and apparently some of you guys like me doing makeup too. And I want to do more with that. I want to post more. I want to make more YouTube videos, but God, I don't leave the house. I can't drive. I don't do anything. I do like one interesting thing a month, which is why we're here. Because I wanted to make a 2026 resolutions video, but I couldn't really fully explain my resolutions without doing an insane trauma dump on you guys. I'm sorry. Video-wise, I had 2 videos lined up. I'm doing the room tour still. I have like 3 shelves, little acrylic shelves I need to hang and move some things around. And then I need to get frames. There's supposed to be frames on that shelf, and there's not because I bought the wrong size. So, a few more weeks hopefully, and then a room tour. And then the longer video, I'm working on a passion project I've been working on for like over a year now. researching an Elder Scrolls video because once I said earlier in the video, I am autistic. My special interest is Elder Scrolls. Dagother is my baby. I'm making a full deep dive on him. Full dive on that guy. So you'll look forward to that. Maybe by the end of the year I'll get that out. No promises. This year I also want to find a therapist. I've been trying to find one. Places don't take my insurance. I'm working on my health. I'm on like 3 new medications, trying to make my body not feel awful. I know I'm big and round. I know I'm a big fat fucking chud. I'm working on that, guys. I've been working on that, guys. Religion. Focusing more time on religion. As you can see, I have an altar. Polytheistic Hellenist over here for those who are interested. Deities. I have Hermes and Artemis. Hermes and Artemis. I wear the Fools normally. That's the card I associate with him. That's the card he popped up to me with. That's my guy. I love Hermes. And I've been listening already this year already. Have been listening to those damn cards. I've been talking to those damn cards more. Listening to what they're saying, which is the harder part. Also working on myself. I know everything I've been saying is me working on myself, but actually working, because I've been developing a little bit of an anger issue problem. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And we're working on how to not do that. I'm working on how to not me slightly dropping a pen not make me want to hit somebody. But, hot girls have anger issues or whatever. I don't know. Main thing is people leave. Or drift. Or they don't. Some people are going to be awful from the moment you meet them. Awful eventually. Or saints. But this year, I just wanted to move on. Because for the past 5 years, my New Year's resolutions have very much been to not die, to not kick the bucket, to not shoot a bullet in your brain. And I've done that. I've made it through all that. But this year I actually want to live, like actually experience life, do something outside of just survive. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the vent. The low key, it's not even a low key, the high key, just a trauma dump vent session, and 2026 goals. And if you want to leave love, support, you're welcome. If you want to bully me in the comments for being a chud, you go ahead. Or just share your experiences if you've been through this, going through this. Next video, hopefully within 2 weeks. No promises. No promises on what the video is gonna be. You'll never see me again, possibly. But I thank you for watching. Love, Maxie.